Nighttime cave freediving by myself in the middle of nowhere. What could possibly go wrong, people? Let's do it. This hole in the reef crest drops about 5 meters into a big cavern with 3 options to get out. I choose the longest one. All I have to remember is where the exit holes are, where I can breathe. Hello, Sharky. It's all good, people. It's just curious about the light. The first problem I see is the difficult to spot these exits with all the other cracks and holes that lead up to nowhere in the ceiling. The second problem I quickly realise, it's easy to become disorientated at night in a cave with tunnels going everywhere. Left, right, no left. Somewhere up ahead is an exit where I can breathe. Just a bit further. Just a bit further. Something's wrong here. It's not right. I have to go back. It's late in the afternoon and I had an epiphany. Don't worry, I changed my shorts. Now, I thought, do you remember about 40, 50, 80 episodes ago I did some cave diving? I was thinking, if the wind drops, and it looks like it's dropping, we ought to do some free diving of the caves at night. So it's sort of kind of exciting. I do foresee some sorts of problems though, and I'll just go through them with you. If I go tonight and I bought, at least I would have learnt something, but I'm going to try and do it tonight. It would have been better to do a daytime recce maybe 2 hours ago just to see what's in the caves, if there are some big nurse sharks, because I can see a problem with the nurse sharks. Basically, if you've ever gone night snorkeling before, all the marine animals see the light and they swim up to you, and including sharks, not aggressively necessarily, but they just swim up. Now, if a nurse shark is wanting to feed and he's hungry and I have the light on and I've got my hand too close, there's no doubt he'll try to latch onto it. And now I've got to try and wrestle him and myself to the surface. So I reckon I could probably deal with an 8-footer. So if I see anything bigger, because I have seen a 10-foot one, a massive female, she must have been pregnant too. So if I see that, I'm going to abort because I don't think I'll be able to wrestle her out. It's a female anyway, people. Even a 6-foot female, Jesus. Anyway, so that's a problem. The other issue is if I'm going out in, say, a couple of hours, we're going to have about that much water on the reef and there's channels going out. See, I'm going to be on the lagoon side, so it's sort of going to be away from the waves. However, we're going to have about this much water coming in over the reef. So there's going to be small bull sharks and small whalers like the Galapagos whaler. Now, these caves are known for lots of fish, so maybe the sharks feed here at night because they know the fish are there. So I'm going to be a little wary that there could be sharks, little sharks, nothing more than 6 foot, that are going to be whizzing around, and if I sort of start splashing around or come out of a hole and my arms waving, you know, and if there's the light there that attracts them, you know, that's a potential target. I think it's pretty unlikely, but I have to just be aware of that. The lagoon goes to about 4 meters and stretches for hundreds of meters along, so there could be something bigger there. Crocodile Beach and Crocodile, the channel is but 200 meters away. So if this is the croc's favourite hunting ground at night, well, I might get to see it at night. On the breath hold thing, side of it is, I'm just trying to envisage night. I've never done nighttime cave diving, and so I'm thinking, usually when I'm diving, I can see some light falling down and illuminating the bottom, and I judge that, and I go, okay, that's enough light for me to be able to squeeze out. Now, I know this area, so I'll suss out all the breathe holes anyway, so that should be okay. But the thing is, if I get a bit disorientated and I'm looking up and I see a crack, I might illuminate most of the cave where I'm seeing the ceiling. But if there's a crack, it might lull me into a false sense that there is actually a crack to get to the surface, and it might just be a deep crack. So that's a little bit disconcerting. So I'm going to have to be really spot on with allowing myself only, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 breathe holes, and not accept any others, because if I go up and then I get jammed, well then, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So that's a bit of a problem. So, and I'm going to try and do a sequencer thing. I'm going to try and swim the whole circuit in one breath. It might probably be 2 breaths, who knows, but I'll see if I can do it in one breath. Of course, it's going to be probably all up, maybe 1, 2, probably about 20 or 30 dives just to get all the cameras and set up. So it's going to be probably 2 hours. So I'll probably collect a lot of fans out there from the marine environment in the lagoon. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm very excited. So let's stay tuned. It's going to be up, sun's setting about now, and I'll give it probably an hour. Hopefully there's a bit of high cloud. Hopefully the moon will come out and give me a little bit of light, but I think that's more about 11, and it's about 75% or something. So who knows? Look, I'd rather do it earlier because the tide's going to get bigger, and then who knows, bigger sharks will come in, and it'll be this deep in the channels coming in, and I'm sure the sharks come in to get at the schooling fish. Anyway, we'll find out in a couple of hours, shall we? This light attaches to the top of my mask, and then the GoPro goes on top. That's a pretty tall tower. I reckon I'm going to get bad mask seal. So, and also the fact that this is going to stick now about 3, probably 5 inches above my head. So I'm not going to be able to fit through tight little spaces. So, I mean, look at it. Look how high that is. That's crazy high. It's hard to see. It's dark. Sorry, people. So that's going to be interesting. Not to mention when I push off, I charge through. This is going to drag back, and it's going to leak in the mask on the bottom, because I can't have the mask strap too tight. Well, I can't adjust my mask strap because it's homemade. Anyway, look, just about to go. We've got a storm coming out the back. It's dead calm, but there's going to be a storm coming. So we've got that. Well, look, at least we're in the lagoon. It's not going to be dangerous. Well, unless lightning is. There's lightning out the back, probably about 5-6k away. So anyway, I'm very excited. The caves are about 800 metres away and should only take 15 minutes to get there. But I'm already having difficulties with my orientation. I've missed the channel to get out to the reef crest, and I'm wasting valuable battery power buggerising around trying to get back on track. It's a long lagoon, and we're going to find this little cave, or a little cave structure. It's only probably about 40 metres long, 50 metres long, so maybe it would have been smarter to peg it or stake it. Okay, I just saw one shark, about 6 foot. His eyes were glowing, but he nicked off. So we're getting close. I came in close to the reef edge to try to recognise some pools, but this is too close. It really is hard to know where you're going in the pitch black. I don't know how long this battery's going to last because this is cheap Chinese rubbish, this head torch, and I need it to get back. Tide's full on coming in now. Seen one shark. Croc Alley is about 200 metres that way, and there's been some good splashes, so not sure what to make of that, but this is not the spot. This is not the spot, and it's hard to find. Alright, well that could have gone better. I was too far up the reef. It's very difficult at night to judge distances, which is probably a good lesson to learn before I do the caves. We spotted 2 sharks already, just whalers, just like Galapagos whalers, not big. Their eyes glow. I'm not good with colours, as you know, so it's either orange or green. I think crocodile's got a different glow, but no crocodiles as yet, but there's been some splashes around. I think I've found it. I think we're here. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just recognising just the coral shapes, but let's go suss it out. Just testing out the gear. My GoPro light on my mask tower is on. Just looking at how good the torch is. I didn't know this, but the GoPro light has a disco function too. I don't think disco is good for tonight though. Okay, let's grab the gear and do it. We swim up the first crevice and then the caves and tunnels begin. There's a tiny shark coming to say hello. I didn't foresee a couple of things. The sea urchins came out and I sat up on a few. Bloody hell, I'm stinging all over my ass. The silt, also the incoming tide, because the light is right underneath the camera and just above my eyes. When I looked at the video afterwards, what I was seeing and what the camera was seeing was completely different. My vision was really impaired by the glare back from the silt. My field of vision is too short. I can't see depth, so I don't know where I am. And even with my torch, it's so pathetic that like I get more depth with this and that, but it's so direct I can't really get a whole picture. I got lost right at the end and I had to swim back all the way to the camera because I knew that's where I could get a breathe hole. But full on, there was a canyon that I've never known about. Sorry, a cave. And I followed it all the way around, and then I went to look up to get a breath out because I thought I was going to be about 10 meters from the boat. It was just all ceiling. And I thought, Jesus, what the f***? So I had to go, basically, you know, in a maze, you keep your hand on one wall. Well, I just kept my right hand back on that wall until I came to the camera, and then I could get out. All's well that ends well. Don't forget, patrons, to check the Patreon website every week or so to get your exclusive content. See you next week.